What's up, cousins? So, I'm floating around the internet and I see y'all fave, Logan Paul, the Maverick, has been embroiled in yet another situation. And I have to say, I don't know what WWE is going to do. And they're probably going to do the wrong thing because at the end of the day, pro wrestling is about making money. It's not about morals. I'm figuring that out. Logan Paul has been accused of misleading fans over crypto investments. Why do you say that's a big deal? Because that sounds like insider trading, which is what Martha Stewart went to jail for. Um, Logan Paul has always been embroiled in some kind of controversy so he can get clicks and views and make his millions of dollars. Okay, the Paul brothers bring in the dough. We just had his brother Jake do a whole rigmarole with Mike Tyson. It looked like a wrestling event. They have brought down the prestige of boxing to its lowest of the lows. And these are just fast paydays for washed up boxers. And I hate to add Mike Tyson into the washed up boxer lexicon, but he got paid, right? Pretty cool, 20 million, they say. Everybody ran to Netflix and broke the shit down to where us wrestling fans are like, don't do that bullshit when we come. Us 2 million. When we come over there to watch Raw. And so, my thing is making money that much important to where you are willing to throw your morals out the window? And the answer is yes. So, what's going on? So, the BBC said the massively popular social media personality is facing fresh questions over his cryptocurrency dealings amid ongoing concerns he may have profited from misleading fans. The BBC has new evidence suggesting he promoted investments without revealing he had a financial interest in them. Now, if you're the type that's like, I'm tired of these big wigs taking the money in the government and the shadow of it, he's literally operating like most of our elected officials. All of the people in the government have investing interests in venture capitalists and stuff. And when shit goes wrong in the stock market, they know when to pull out and pull in and all these type of things. And whoop the whoop the whoop. What they call it is pumping and dumping. Yes, in money terms. Okay, get your mind out the gutter. So the influence of Paul, whose YouTube channel has more than 23 million followers, appears to have caused prices in these investments to spike, leading to suggestions he could have profited from sales of any tokens he held. Paul also currently faces a multi-million-dollar lawsuit over a failed crypto project called CryptoZoo. Of course, he denies everything. If you talk to Logan Paul about all of this stuff he's been doing since that forest in Japan, he has an excuse and denies everything. I remember him and his host fell out because I forgot this Asian comedian named Bobby. He was on Mad TV years ago. So he was essentially filling up his co-host, and the co-host did not like the guy filling up on him and making all kinds of weird comments, sexual comments to him. And Logan Paul did not stand up for his co-host, which led to them all falling out. This guy ended up going and making his own podcast, and I don't know what he's doing since I've last checked into that story. But that was also a big controversy because people was like, well, we all sit and watch this guy do this, and you're just like, well, if you didn't like it, you could have said something. It was a lot of weird behavior around this guy. Anyway, so this is what he did. The BBC has discovered that shortly before Paul tweeted about a particular crypto coin in 2021, an anonymous crypto wallet with close connections to his public wallet had traded the coin. The anonymous wallet went on to make $120,000 in profit. Crypto wallets, which can be physical devices or an online service, hold users' keys to their accounts and let people send, receive, and spend crypto. Our finding, the BBC, comes after Time magazine reported similar activity involving a different cryptocurrency in another anonymous wallet. For several months, Paul refused to talk to the BBC about the investigation. Then he appeared to relent, inviting us to interview him at his gym in Puerto Rico, which is another issue people have with Logan Paul because he lives in Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico is in a very deep gentrification situation, almost like a whole recolonization. Well, they already colonized, and they still are, but it's coming to a point where we get millionaires and billionaires buying up all that property, and Puerto Ricans who are natural to that area end up having to leave or they become homeless. It's happening in Hawaii. It's happening all over the world, right? Okay, boom. For shortly when the crew arrived at Logan Paul, a lookalike turned up to the YouTuber's place shortly following a crowd shouting abuse at the BBC. Minutes after abandoning the interview, we received a lawyer's letter on behalf of Paul warning us of the possible consequences if we were published our findings. This guy had a lookalike meet up with the British Broadcasting Company with an interview that he invited them to. Okay? You know how fucking nuts that is? So, Paul extolled the virtues of an Elon Musk themed coin known as Elongate. Elongate made me rich. Elon, baby, let's go. Paul announced in the video clip to Maverick Club, which is his subscription-only fan club. Following the name check, the price of Elongate rose over by 600,000% to an all-time high. It then remained at that price for a few hours before it crashed. They said we cannot be sure of Logan Paul's intention when he released the clip. However, it seems like his mention of Elongate affect the price. So, a big guy with a lot of influence, someone like Logan Paul, buys a ton of crypto and tells their followers about it, they're going to buy it too. And then there's an anonymous crypto wallet that the BBC basically is saying has connections to Paul. Then dropped the coin and pulled out of the coin and got whatever remaining of the money before the thing crashed, if that made sense. Then he did it again, and he tweeted that this Elongate was going to go to the moon, to the crypto community, and all of them people ran over there. And about an hour before his tweet, the unknown wallet purchased about $160,000 worth of the token. The tweet had prompted an influx of buyers, spiking the price. 12 hours later, the wallet sold most of its holding. The total profit made from this trade appears to be just over $120,000. Logan Paul chose not to respond to the allegations. Instead, he had them people go out to Puerto Rico and use a body double to, I guess, foil them. That's some crazy shit, y'all. And it happened again with something called Dink Doink, which is another like crypto that all you could do is sell and buy. He did the same thing. He was like, yo, Dick Doink is going in, y'all. All the people ran over there. He bought $100,000 worth of the Dick Doink. And then within a couple hours, he went and sold the Dick Doink and came out with only $17,000. Look, it's a big deal because it's a failure morality. And if you're going to be out here and making money with no morals, you're essentially, that's why you have millionaires and billionaires. They're able to do things and exploit people and make their money and not give a fuck, which is essentially what pro wrestling is turning into, if it hasn't already turned into. Right? Kim Kardashian was fined $1.26 million because she also promoted a token called Eureka Max and kind of did the same type of shit. And people are losing money, like poor people and people who are desperate to become millionaires are losing money. And this is the problem that that people are having, okay? So at the end of the day, Logan Paul, his influence is insane. You can't deny that. But he's not using it for good. And if you have young children, specifically teen boys who are following Logan Paul, you need to go in there and have a real deep conversation with them, because they're on the path of low morality and making some bad choices, that's not going to bode well for them. For every Logan Paul, there's like maybe one or two that can be as big as this guy, but you have to be willing to do weird and stupid shit like Logan Paul. And people put a lot of trust in these people. They put a lot of trust in people. So I just leave it here. I think WWE needs to really start evaluating Logan Paul and what they're going to be doing with him going forth, because it's not giving what it's supposed to give. Deuces.